Hey Chiefs fans! We have the latest Chiefs updates just for you, and I'll be giving you all the details as they happen. So if you want to stay in the loop, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because you don't want to miss out on what's coming. And hit that like button. Without further ado, let's get right to the news. Alright, let's get started. Running back Isaiah Pacheco, one of the Chiefs' most dynamic offensive players, is getting closer to his return after suffering a fractured fibula in Week 2. Head coach Andy Reid just shared some promising news about Pacheco's recovery, and it's exactly what we've all been waiting to hear. So, here's the latest. Pacheco has been out since the Week 2 game, and he's been on injured reserve since Week 3. He was expected to be out for about 6 to 8 weeks following surgery. Well, we're now at the 6-week mark, and Reid is saying that Pacheco is doing great. While Coach Reid did not confirm an exact return date, he did emphasize that Pacheco is making great strides in his recovery. This is huge for the Chiefs. In his first 2 NFL seasons, Pacheco has emerged as a true powerhouse, topping 800 rushing yards each year and setting a career high with 935 yards and 7 touchdowns in his sophomore season. Even in the limited action he saw before his injury this season, Pacheco racked up 135 yards and 1 touchdown on 34 carries. His return would give our offense a huge boost as we move toward another potential Super Bowl run. Of course, there is no rush to bring Pacheco back before he is ready. As Reid pointed out, it is all in the hands of the trainers and doctors. But Chiefs fans, we can all start to get excited about what this offense could look like once Pacheco is fully cleared to take the field again. Now it's time to hear from you guys. How excited are you about Pacheco's progress? Do you guys think his return could take us to the next level this season? Let me know what you think in the comments below. So here's what we have as we head into our Week 9 matchup with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rookie tight end Jared Wiley has just been listed on the injury report for the first time. Wiley was a limited participant in Friday's practice with a new, undisclosed injury. Now, this news adds to the recent depth challenge at tight end since Jody Fortson tore his ACL and meniscus during the Chiefs' recent win over the Raiders. As a rookie, Wiley has a lot to prove, and his presence would be valuable given the injuries at the position, but his status will now be something to watch closely over the weekend. Adding to that, defensive end Mike Dana has also been listed as a limited participant due to a pectoral injury. And of course, there's our wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster. After missing nearly the entire game against the 49ers, Juju has yet to participate in practice this week, which doesn't exactly look promising for Monday night. These absences could challenge us as we face Tampa Bay's stout defensive line. Speaking of injuries, the Buccaneers are dealing with their own issues. Their 2 star receivers, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, are officially out with injuries, which could give our defense a huge advantage. Other key players, like running back Bucky Irving, wide receiver Sterling Shepard, and safety Antoine Winfield Jr. are also dealing with injuries, which means the Bucs will enter Arrowhead on Monday a bit banged up. Andy Reid mentioned that Patrick Mahomes is fine, despite a minor ankle concern that was brought up in the report, so we can expect our QB1 to be ready to go. Mahomes has been a full participant in practice, and knowing his history of playing through injuries, I think we can feel confident in that. So Chiefs fans, how do you feel about these injuries heading into the game? Are you guys concerned about the absence of Juju or Wiley, or do you think we're ready to take advantage of Tampa Bay's battered offense? Alright, so let's talk about the Chiefs' newest weapon on offense, DeAndre Hopkins. After being introduced into the game plan last week against the Raiders, Hopkins caught 2 passes for 29 yards on 23 snaps. Now, that may seem modest, but keep in mind he only had 2 practices with the team before that game. Even with limited preparation, Hopkins made an impact. One of his receptions came with just 12 seconds left in the first half, setting up Harrison Butker for a comfortable field goal. It was a crucial play, showing how quickly Hopkins is finding his groove in our offense. And let's be real, Chiefs Kingdom, seeing Hopkins on the field already making plays was a huge confidence boost for what's to come. Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy shared that he was really impressed with Hopkins' quick ability to pick up the playbook. Nagy mentioned that Hopkins came in wanting to do as much as possible from the start. He said, "Probably the biggest thing for me, I'm impressed with his ability to pick up the offense. He's done a great job. I love his attitude, super smart. Taking what we do and implementing it into that is where I think he's excelled. It seems like Hopkins isn't just bringing his talent, he's bringing a strong work ethic, a winning attitude, and a natural understanding of the game that's already benefiting the team. But it's not just about understanding plays and routes. Chiefs passing game coordinator Joe Blameyer spoke about the kind of leadership and intensity Hopkins has brought to the locker room. According to Blameyer, he wants to come in and do what he's done his whole career. He puts a lot of pressure on himself, that intensity, almost like when training camp starts and guys are new to the system and eager to learn. He brought that, and it's kind of a rebirth for everyone around him. You can see the respect Hopkins has already earned from his teammates and coaches. His passion for the game and his experience as a 12-year veteran are clearly making a difference. Having a player with that level of drive and skill is huge, especially as we look to make another Super Bowl run. Now, looking ahead to Monday night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Hopkins has a great opportunity to shine. Tampa Bay ranks 29th in pass defense and has allowed the third most receiving touchdowns in the league this season. Not to mention, their star safety Antoine Winfield Jr. could be out, which could open things up for our receivers. This matchup feels like an ideal time for Hopkins to start making an even bigger impact, and with Patrick Mahomes at the helm, we could see some magic happen. If all goes well, this could be the breakout game Chiefs fans have been waiting for with Hopkins in red and gold. So, Chiefs fans, what do you think? Are you excited to see Hopkins fully unleashed? Do you think he'll make a difference against Tampa Bay's struggling secondary? Let's talk about the Chiefs' next potential move. They're rumored to be in the market for a cornerback to bolster their secondary. Now, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler is reporting that the Chiefs have been actively looking at the trade market, especially since Jalen Watson went down with an ankle injury. You may recall that we recently bolstered our roster by trading for DeAndre Hopkins at wide receiver and bringing in pass rusher Josh Uche from the Patriots. But the secondary? That's where we could still see some action. Losing L'Jarius Sneed to the Titans in March left us a little thin at corner. Right now, Trent McDuffie is the lead back, but with Watson out and the rest of the roster a little inexperienced, adding a veteran corner could really make a difference. According to Fowler, we could be looking at a few names for a potential trade. Some options include veterans like Marcus Peters and Steve Nelson. Additionally, the Rams have reportedly given Tre'Davious White the green light to explore trade options. White has been in the league for 8 seasons, primarily with the Bills, and his experience could bring stability to our cornerback group. He also has an impressive track record, 323 tackles, 18 interceptions, and 3 sacks. With his playoff experience, he would be a great fit for our Super Bowl-ready team. Even with the secondary concerns, let's not forget that the Chiefs' defense is still among the best in the league. Thanks to the leadership of Steve Spagnuolo, we are undefeated at 7-0, the only team to hold that title. But if the Chiefs can land an experienced cornerback, we will be in an even stronger position heading into the toughest part of the season. So, Chiefs fans, what do you think? Should we bring in another cornerback, or are we ready to go as is? Let me know in the comments and be sure to like and subscribe for more updates on the Chiefs' journey to another Super Bowl. Let's go, Chiefs!